phone. I'm going to chase you to school. Because your education is important. But God is not. And it would be different if you had a family devotion. Some of your kids ain't never seen you crack no Bible open. You don't bring in a Bible class so somebody can teach them. So they just become heathens. And what scares me about some families, God bless you, I'm going to tell you right now, when you get older, you start realizing some stuff. I thank God that my parents, my father in particular, and I appreciate him even though he's gone, because there were times that my mother didn't feel good on Tuesday. And Bible class on Tuesday night in Southeast Texas, so on Tuesday night, I got homework. My dad didn't have a 3rd or 4th grade education. He said, okay, well, you better get it when you get back. Because on Tuesday, Bible class time, who was going? It didn't matter what mama was going to do. If mother said on Sunday she ain't feeling good, that was never the idea of the option of do we have to go. It would be a dumb question to even ask. That's right. I had more sense than to ask something as stupid as, do I have to go? I knew I had to go. Now, what gives me peace in my life with my kids is that no matter whatever challenges I've had in life, I made sure I did the best I could to put an example in front of them that they can follow. And secondarily, I made sure I did all of my power to bring them back to the Lord. So whatever happened in their lives past me, I can sleep at night. You can't come back to me and say, now I will declare this to you. My oldest one did come back to me. He said to me one time, he said, Dad, I'm just upset. I feel like you didn't do me right. I said, well, why is that? He said, well, I feel like I had a problem with drugs and alcohol. He said, when I was slipping out the house to go party and get high and drink, he said, I thought you did me wrong. He said, what you should have done, I had some friends did this. I got some friends that said their parents let them get high at home and drink at home. He said, if you let me do that, maybe I got over it. I said, well, son, let me tell you something. let me tell you something. I hear what you're saying, but there's one thing in your life that was never going to happen. One, I ain't going to act crazy in front of you. And I ain't going to let you act crazy in front of your brothers and sisters. If I don't let you act a fool and act like it was acceptable, they don't follow the same pattern. Now, we ain't going out like that. So I can make clear, I hear what you're saying. You're entitled to your opinion. But one thing that would have never happened, you would never get high at my house be known about it. Or getting drunk at my house. There ain't no liquor in the house to get drunk with. Bless your soul. Because some of y'all say, I indulge lightly. It's in the room. And I tell my kids, don't y'all drink. And I can tell that they don't, because the Bible doesn't change. I got to get off of this. I had a sister living in Kansas City, talked to her several years ago, and she had a problem with alcohol. She's an adult, but her husband knew she had an addiction problem. He wanted to keep alcohol in the house, so she got addiction. So what she do? She pours the alcohol out, get her something to drink, and put water in the bottle. So it doesn't ever change the level. You think your kids dumb? If you got alcohol at home and easily accessible, don't be sitting up there and shock your baby drinking. Studies are showing kids start drinking when there's liquor at home in middle school. And you got a lot of drunk kids in middle school. And though they can't go buy it at the store. Where they get it from? At the house. I know you get strong spiritual Christians here. Y'all ain't got no liquor at the house. God bless y'all. But I want you to know that God's going to call you to account. How did you handle those children? Did you give them back to me? I told my kids, I want you to excel in school. I want good grades. I want you successful. But I don't care if you got to ride on the back of a garbage truck and have a job. I want you to know the Lord.
Yes.
If I don't give you nothing else in life, the most valuable gift I ever got from my parents was an opportunity to know the Lord and serve Him first in my life. That's the best gift they ever gave me. If I never got a dime out of them, that has blessed me more than anything else. And I declare to my kids, I may not give you no money, but I'm going to soon give you some Jesus. You're a steward. Can you declare that you gave your children back to the Lord? You're a steward on your job. You are still over the friends in your life. Your enemies are a gift from God. He's going to call you to account. How'd you handle that person that gave you a hard time? Lord, I tried to kill him. I tried to kill him. I did all I could to destroy that, but I did. Lord, I told you to love your enemies. Lord, I tried to love them to death. I was trying to kill them. Do you not realize that you're a steward over everything? You only own the relationships that you have. And when you're going back and get that folk and trying to get back at them or hurt somebody, you're actually telling God, I got this. I don't need you. Then he says, I want you doing to others like you want them doing to you. He said, I want you to forgive others like I forgive you. You are a steward. And it's really important to understand that. As a matter of fact, when you can learn to do that, you'll find yourself being free. When the folk will give you a hard time, man, you got to be rolling your eyes at them and copping an attitude with them and act like you don't see them and all stuff. You're free. There's a freedom that comes with forgiveness. I don't hold nothing over your head. Yeah, you did me wrong. You messed me up. You know what? But you did no more than God let you do. Why God let it happen? He allowed it to happen because out of this, obviously, there was something He wanted me to get out of this. It's never been about you. It's my trust in God. And when God gives me in the right place, I'm in a mindset where I can be a blessing no matter what. I got a powerful statement I felt was made yesterday at the funeral of Sister Watkins. One of her nephews said that, I think it was a nephew said that when his I think he said his father had died, and he came, him and his mother was the second wife of the man who died. When him and his mother came to town for the service, that Sister Watkins called them up and said, "Where are you guys?" We're staying in a hotel, and she said, "This is the second wife. She's the first wife. The second wife." She called the second wife. Said, "Listen, y'all can't stay in the hotel. Y'all come to my house. I'm gonna take y'all in. You're gonna stay here." Now some of y'all, that's your ex. Don't want to see you, don't be near you, don't want to hear about you. Yet the mindset was, you know what? See, when you understand what God has called you to be, you look to be a blessing even for the folk that hurt you. That's maturity. Because you are a steward over every relationship in your life. Whether it's on your job, whether it's your community, in your family, folk who've hurt you, that did you wrong. You know what they did for me. It don't matter what they did to you. You ain't trusting them, you trust in God. You're just as, tell someone you're an underroad. And you're a steward. Don't forget your place. Then last but not least, Paul closes this text by talking to us like we're misinformed stewards. He gives you three basic questions, verse number 7, and the lesson we use. Verse number 7, look at these three fundamental questions he asks you. Because if you understand you're a steward, you'll understand the answer to these three fundamental questions at verse number 7. Who makes you different? Who makes you different from everybody else? This is a question of value. Why do you think you're superior? Well, you see, what makes me better than everybody, It's my eyes. I got the prettiest eyes that have ever existed in the course of the world. And I'm better because I got the best eyes. I'm better because I'm taller than everybody. Ain't nobody as tall as I am. I'm best because ain't nobody got this kind of hair like that. Don't you wish you had hair like me? I'm better because only me, I'm the only one who can wear them shoes like that. God bless you. And I can walk. If you're not careful, you begin to think that you're better than everybody else. There's something about you that makes you better and makes you different. Pride makes you think that you're more than. I am better because I've got the education that I have. I'm better because I got a bank account that I have. I'm better because I drive the car that I drive. I'm better because the house that I live in. I'm better. Do you not know who my family is? Have you traced my lineage? I can trace my family all the way back to the beginning of time. I am better. Paul asked the question, what makes you think you are better than anybody else? You might be different, but you ain't no better. All of us are simply hardened sinners. What makes you think you're different? God makes you different. The first fundamental question you got to ask, this question of value, is what makes you different? What makes you think you stand out? All you are is somebody whose God has forgiven, and no matter what your stature is, your height is, whatever about you, your shape is, your form is, it doesn't matter. I saw a guy on TV just yesterday. He was a doctor in his 70s, advertising a special testosterone pill he's been taking. In his 70s, he looked as good as Brother Downey. He doesn't look like that. He looked better than me in his 70s. I was impressed with this dude. I said, look how you're 70 years old. I ain't nothing like that, and I ain't even still in his 70s. He still ain't better. What makes you different than everybody else up in here? The beauty of God, He's made us all so unique. And now one of us exactly alike. But none of us is better than the other. You may have a strength in this area, and somebody got a weakness in another. But if you strength in one area, you're weak in another area. You ain't got everything together. Like folks about Oprah. One year Oprah was making all this when she had lost all the weight, was looking so good. Folks was angry. She looking good and she got money. She gained the weight back, folks said, at least she got the weight back. I'm glad she got some weight. She got that money. She don't even look good like that, too. Everybody got something with her. Nobody has a rock. Everybody got a bearer. The reality, he asked the question, ask somebody, what makes you different? What makes you different? That's what do you have that you were not given? It's a question of ability. I don't know. Some people graduated, I've mentioned before, some of you graduated high school, magna cum laude, a sigma cum laude. I graduated, thank you, Lord. I crawled out of high school. There were people, I sat in class with people where I'm studying all day long. I'm researching, I'm studying, just trying to make a seat. They walk in the classroom, yeah, I did that little 20-page paper. It took me a few minutes, you know. That was a really good little test. I thought that test was easy. I wasn't that hard. It was an easy test. It wasn't hard. My C- wasn't hard. My B+ wasn't hard. Some folk are better testers. It's a gift. Some people are more compassionate. It's a gift. What do you have that you've not been given? I was talking to Laura yesterday. She said, she watched something on TV. She said, yeah. I used to be a cheerleader. I said, yeah, I was cheering at the back of the bus table. I was working at the restaurant trying to make a few dollars. I didn't get a chance to, I didn't go to the game and cheer. At the football game, if I had a chance to get in, pay to get the ticket, I sat and watched the game and walked around and smiled. Some of y'all athletic.
Come on, man.
I can play ball. You know what I'm saying? I can do it. Some of y'all play football. Where's Kingsley? Some of y'all play football. Play sports. You have the physique. Had.